Hello and welcome to the Chainmaille Fidget Flower tutorial. I'm Rebecca with Blue Buddha Boutique, and I'm going to be guiding you through the steps, showing you two different ways to weave it. A quick look at my tools. I'm using the duckbill pliers with Tool Magic for the really big rings, and for the small rings, I'm using Lindstrom RX stubby nose pliers. It's helpful if you know European 4-in-1, since the pattern we're doing is a variation called gridlock. I'll be referencing Euro 4-in-1 throughout this video, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Just look at the images and ignore my words, or skip ahead a couple minutes to the second method. The way I usually weave it, I start off with 12 closed small rings and 6 large rings straight from the bag. The first large ring scoops up 4 rings, 2 of each color in my case, and close. Now I'll separate the colors, grabbing 1 of each. So this is the inside versus the small rings that are going to wind up on the outside. I'm going to take 1 from each and hold them as if I were doing European 4-in-1. With a new large, my second color, because I'm doing 2 colors for the large ring, I'm going to scoop 2 rings, the top color first, so in my case lime, and then pink. And now we'll go through just like European 4-in-1. So down through the bottom small, up through the top small, and close. Now instead of leaving it this way, we're going to flip the weave over and arrange the small rings once again like Euro 4-in-1. Scoop the top color first, then the bottom, and go through, down through the first one, and up through the far one. Close, flip, separate your small rings, and basically you just keep repeating this until you have 1 large ring left. And not gonna lie, this is the tricky part. And if it's too tricky, you might want to look at the alternate method and just finish the weave that way. The last large ring goes through the small like normal, and then we're going to bring the ends together. In my case, the last ring got flipped out of place, so I'm just going to flip it back. There we go. And on the other end, we also have to go through the rings European 4-in-1 style. So that means we were going to go down through this first one, which is really awkward, and then up through the far one. And like I said, just not that easy, especially that first one. You probably are going to need to fold and bend your piece in order to just get that right angle to come through. And then you come up the far ring, and ta-da! There's an alternate way to weave it, which I will show you now. This is the easier way to weave it, but you do have to keep switching back and forth between your pliers, which is why I prefer the first way. Starting off, I've got 2 closed small, 1 in each color, and everything else is open. The first large ring scoops the closed, and then you close it. The next large ring goes straight through both of those small ones without adding anything else, and then close. Flip the second ring back, separate the small rings, and kind of tug on that second ring just to pop it into place. Now add 2 small onto the large, making sure to put the colors in the right spot if you're using different colors for the inside and outside small. So green goes next to green, and my pink goes next to pink. Then add a new large ring and close. Once again, you're going to flip it back, and you want to make sure you're flipping it back so the back end touches the first ring. You don't want to flip it like this because that's just regular Euro 4-in-1. So let's get it arranged, separate the small rings, pop that last ring into place, and then add 2 new small rings. Then you add a new large, close it, flip it back, make sure it's flipped on the right side, and add 2 new small rings. And you basically just keep doing that until you've used up all the large rings. It's possible that the first large ring might have come undone while you were weaving. No biggie if that's the case, just flip it and fold it, pop it out into the right spot. And check the side view to make sure your large rings are alternating top, bottom, and then bring the ends together. You'll add 1 small ring connecting this eye to the center, and then that same eye to the outside. I recommend starting in the center first. Get through 1 large, and then kind of stack the next one on top of it and go through it and close. And the last small ring goes here on the top. Ta-da! And you're ready to start fidgeting. You can just fold it in on itself over and over and over again. At first it might be a little stiff and it might stick occasionally, so just use gentle force to keep squeezing until it pops through. These rings aren't soldered closed, so you don't want to be super rough on them. They're a flower. Treat them gently like you would a flower. Ring sizes for a smaller version are in the description, and you can play around with sizes. Basically, you want to make sure that the small ring is as small as possible, but still enough to fit around the 2 large rings when they're stacked. But you don't really want extra space. For example, the small rings used on the right are only 1/64 of an inch larger, and it still works, but it's definitely a lot floppier. So just keep the small rings small. Of course, you can use fewer colors or more colors. You can also make a pendant bail out of jump rings or just use a lobster claw, and that way you can wear it as a necklace when you're not fidgeting. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know in the comments which method you prefer. Happy weaving and happy fidgeting!